It's the last weekend of October, and there's a feast of feature racing around the country that we can all look forward to. In fact, it's been a while that we've been spoiled for this much choice, and now that payday has come and gone, I trust you've set a budget aside, that you've got enough reserves in the bank in order to have a flutter on all that's on offer. Welcome to this week's edition of Commentator Smit's Comments, and this of course is where I share my sentiments, thought and reasoning behind a few of the horses that I will be following over the course of this coming weekend. In fact, if one looks at the various race meetings that's on offer this weekend, it was a difficult choice to make in terms of which one I was going to concentrate on most and give you my selections on. So instead I've decided, because there are 3 feature race meetings this weekend, we'll have a little look at each and every one of them. Tab 4 Racing has also put together a betting opportunity menu with so many opportunities for us to bet into big pools, but I'll tell you more about that a little bit later on. In fact, that reminds me, let me actually check my Tab 4 Racing account, and I'm sure it's going to tell me OUT out. And having a look at it, the balance is R9.80. So no prize for guessing who has to make a deposit before the weekend. And there's certainly horses that I've found that I think I'm certainly going to have a flutter on as well. On Friday, Nelson Mandela Bay Racing hosts their big race meeting of the year. It's been billed as Fairview's Day of Giving. Lots of prize giveaways, beer specials, and the theme is dress for fun, over the top smart. And I can just imagine the folks in the Friendly City will be coming out in their numbers to come and support racing at Fairview on Friday. The first of 9 races on the day gets underway at 12:20, and it will feature both the R250,000 Racehorse Owners Association Stakes listed and the R350,000 Tab 4 Racing Algoa Cup listed that has attracted a field of 15 runners over 2,000 metres. Now, when I had a first glance at this meeting, my first impression was tricky race. But on closer inspection, I thought even though there are a couple with chances, Glenn Cotson could hold the key to the outcome of this race. In fact, he's got 2 very lively contenders, and there's every possibility that he could unsaddle in the winner's enclosure. He's got 8 Follow the Star, who will be ridden by Kabela Matsinyana. Now, she's a bit of a course specialist. In fact, if you look at her Fairview form, she's had 5 runs for 4 wins and a second, and over the course and distance, she's had 1 run for a second. Now, she makes a seasonal debut, and if she's not in need of the run, I think she can give a good account of herself and also make her presence felt. I'm, however, going to be keeping a very watchful eye on her stable companion, number 10, Han Solo, who will be ridden by Calvin Abib, and he's been riding with quite a bit of success since the start of the season, since he's been traveling around the country. Now, if one look at Han Solo's form, he's a model of consistency. He's ideally distance suited, and I remember calling him to victory in the Settlers at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. He unfortunately was demoted to second in the boardroom due to the outcome of an objection. He's nicely weighted at 54 kilograms, and I think if one looks at his form, there's a host of seconds in his last couple of runs. He could be rewarded for consistency, and I make him my each-way play on the day. In fact, I may even go as far as saying 10 Han Solo, Roving Banker in or Quartet, and include the likes of 1 Mount Anderson, 2 Grazing in the Grass, 5 Jalima, 8 Follow the Star, 14 The Future is Bright, and hope for the best. On Saturday, the focus of attention moves to the Highveld, where racing takes place at Turffontein, and it's been billed Racing 4321 Charity Weekend. Now, if one looks at the card, 10 races are programmed, and we're off to a very early start at 11:30, and in fact, you have 1 of 3 chances to hit the Tab jackpot from the get-go. 3 of them are available on the day. The first jackpot starts in race 1 at 11:30, the second in race 5 at 13:40, and the third in race 7 at 14:55. There are no less than 6 feature races on the program, and in fact, each and every leg of the Pick 6 is a feature race. But more importantly, the big draw card at the meeting is the R1 million Pick 6 carry forward, and it's estimated to get up to R6 million by the time the first leg gets underway. The other features on the card include the Graham Beck Grade 3, a Serene Highness Princess Charlene Starling Stakes Grade 3, there's the Yellowwood Handicap Grade 3, the Golden Loom Handicap listed, the Java Stakes listed, And the race that I'm going to be concentrating on is, of course, the Allied Steel Rod On a Mission Charity Mile Grade 2. It's race 7 on the card. It runs at 14:53 and has attracted a full field of 16, including 3 reserve runners. Now, there's a couple of them that certainly need a mention. 2 MK's Pride is having his first run for a new stable. He's now in the care of Mike de Kock. He was runner-up in this race last year. He's ideally course and distance suited, but if one takes his recent form into account, I think he may just need the run. 4 Porto Manzano comes into the race having had a prep run, and that's a runner that cannot be ignored. 5 Bingwa is back to defend his crown. He won this race last year. He's always there or thereabout, and in his favour is the fact that he jumps from pole position. There's also 12 Humdinger. Now, she certainly looks like a filly that's still improving with each and every start. She will be up there from the get-go, and in fact, she's bidding to make it 4 wins on the trot. She is, of course, trained by Mike de Kock, who I think has got a very strong hand in this race. In fact, the horse that I'm most going to be keeping an eye on in this race is number 3, Safe Passage. Now, he's having his seasonal debut. His last run was in the Hollywoodbets Durban July, when he was absolutely flying and finished 3rd. I think he will be fresh. He will come out once again giving a good account of himself. He's extremely versatile. He's well drawn at 4, and he has the services of Grant van Niekerk, who'll be flying up from Cape Town to partner him on the day. He's 2 from 2 over the course and distance. I think he'll be doing his best work late at the end, and to me, he rates the one to beat. So Saturday is one of those days with all those feature races on the Turffontein card that you don't want to miss. And in fact, as a racing connoisseur, I'll probably be glued to the TV, catching all the action live on Channel 240. Then we round off the weekend with racing at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Sunday, with a 9-race program getting underway at 12:50. And this will be the day after the Cape Racing Ready to Run sale. In fact, the 2022 renewal of the Ready to Run Stakes over 1400 meters is the feature race on the program. And this year, 13 graduates will face the starter. And having had a look at the race, I'm looking no further than number 7, Royal Aussie. I think he could take the lion's share of the prize money. He's the highest rated runner in the race. He jumps from the middle of the pack. He likes to race up handy, so he'll be there from the get-go. He's 2 from 2 over the course and distance. He's never been further than 2nd in his 4 career starts. He's got solid form lines, each of which has been franked, and I think he's got everything in his favour to make it a hat-trick of wins on the trot. So I'm looking no further than 7 Royal Aussie as my banker in the Ready to Run Cup on Sunday. But if you are looking for my best bet on the program, I'm going to start it very early in the day. Race 1, the Riverton stud bred number 2, Carriacou. He's been getting closer with each and every start, and I think he's cherry ripe on his peak run to win the first race of the afternoon and to get us all off to a winning start. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, feature racing non-stop this weekend. Make sure you've topped up your Tab 4 racing account. There's lots to look forward to, with plenty betting opportunities around the country all weekend long. Thanks for joining me. I trust it will be an enjoyable and profitable day's racing for you. I'm Turffontein Smit. I look forward to seeing you at the races.